Good evening, everybody. Welcome. This is Paul Flynn of the McGitterReview.com for the 17th of September 2016. On this video, I want to talk about this pro-abortion video from a group called Project Repeal. Now, for those of you not aware, this is kind of a campaign or rumblings of a campaign that's kind of gone on for many, many years. In Ireland, for those of you not aware, there is an article in the Constitution, it's an amendment to the Constitution. It's called the Eighth Amendment, in which states the state acknowledges the right to life of the unborn and with due regard to the equal right to life of the mother, guarantees in its laws to respect and as far as practical, by its laws to defend and vindicate that right. It sounds pretty fair, right? The life of the unborn and the life of the mother are seen as equal. But some do not like that. And this video, We Face This Land, we're going to just review it in a second. And, yeah, pray for Ireland. Okay, let's play this.
Centuries ago, women accused of witchcraft
faced, amongst other ordeals, trial by war.
Tied to a chair or run under a boat.
If she survives the drowning and floats, she's a witch.
If she dies, she's a woman.
We are not witches, but if the church and state...
Okay, so is this video about abortion, or is this video about women not being given a fair trial? I thought it was about abortion. I failed to see the connection. Oh, I see it now. It's, let's set up this group, women, as victims. Because if you're a victimized class, you can claim anything you want. That is the modern argument of today where, oh, we're a victim. Look at all the stuff that they're doing to us, so it doesn't really matter. What has that got to do? Even if this was true, women are being treated horribly, how would this legitimize the murder of an unborn child? A human being. How does that legitimize it in any sense at any time?
insist.
Then let us be the descendants of all the witches they could not drown.
This heirloom of trauma.
So, okay. Okay, so... And aren't you acting like witches because you want to sacrifice your children at the altar of what? Convenience. What are the reasons often given for abortion? Oh, well, we can't take care of the child. Not in a relationship. You know, many, many different reasons. Why is that a reason to murder? It's not.
This curse.
This agony of water, in order to hold agency over our bodies.
Not all of us have survived.
Some women actually see pregnancy as a blessing. Children are seen as a blessing, but now you see them as a curse. Is it any wonder that we spoil our children when they are born and hate them when they grow up to be spoiled brats? It's a tragedy of our day. We don't see them. We don't see humanity as coming as a descendant from Adam and inheriting that sin nature, but at the same time viewing mankind, babies, etc., in the image of God, and that they're a blessing from God. Rather than being thankful to God, we are not thankful, and we see this as a curse. We see responsibility. And this whole idea that I can't fathom it, honestly.
The waves do not part. There are no miracles here.
when a stethoscope is a crucifix on your belly.
How do you have any choice but the water?
Unfair medical treatment on other shores.
A body
So you liken, just trying to get this logic, and a lot of the argument here is, okay, a lot of Irish women go to England to have an abortion, cities like Manchester, etc. So therefore, it is the equivalent to drowning the women. So if you want to stop, let's take this analogy to somewhere else. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the Nazis, they want to kill a Jew. And you're not allowing the Nazis to murder the Jews in their homeland. You're saying it's illegal to kill a Jew because a Jew is a human being, just like anyone else. Oh no, we have to take them abroad. Say that they have to leave Germany and have to go to Poland. And how would the Nazis put out a propaganda video just like this and say, oh, well, we're being drowned because we're not allowed to remove this vermin, this curse, from our shores? How is it any different?
Is a body.
Is a body.
Is a body.
Is a body. Is a body.
Is a body.
Is a body.
Is a body. Not a house.
Yeah, it's a body, but how about your child's body, the one you chose to murder? The law is there to protect all the citizens, not just you, because you want to kill your child.
Not a city. Not a vessel. Not a country.
The laws of the church have no place on your flesh.
The laws of God do. And what church are you talking about? Probably talk about the Roman Catholic Church because of the abuses in Ireland and all this kind of, oh, church, stay out of our... How about the Church of Feminism? How would that... You see, this whole mythology, too, of, well, there's no religion in any of this. There is a religion here. There is the religion of feminism. That the woman's wants or needs or felt needs take paramount over the rest of society, and if the rest of society do not bow down to that, then they'll cast themselves as victims. But this happens so many places, be it with Islam, be it with any minority group. Everyone's claiming victim status, allowing them to protest whatever they like. You're complaining because you have to go abroad to butcher your child. And you're trying to make that seem like a virtuous thing, and that how horrible it is that I'd say how horrible it is that when the women return, that they are not arrested. And how horrible it is that those doctors responsible for the killing of that child in Manchester or London or whatever other city are not extradited to the country for sentencing. It's a crime. You might not view it as a crime. You might see yourself as a victim. But this is almost like the rapist seeing himself as a victim because he's not allowed to do whatever he wants. Here, the murderer, or the accomplice to murder, is seen as a victim because they're not allowed to murder their child when and where and how they like. What a sick society we have become.
A veterinarian will abort a calf if a cow falls out.
How is it that livestock is worth more to this land than us?
What a sick comparison. Yeah, a cow is aborted. Yeah, it's an animal. It's not created in the image of God. Are you saying we're nothing but animals? Yeah, because human life is worth more than animal life. Actually, no, you treat it the other way around. How many people will protest for animal rights and treat animals much greater, but when it comes to children, unborn babies, then, well, they have no rights. During the U.S. presidential election, Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton on the Democrat side, which is pretty much radical left, don't believe, they stated during their campaigns when they were going for the Democratic ticket, that they didn't believe, and they still don't believe as far as I'm concerned, that unborn children are protected by constitutional rights. They're treated as subhuman. If you break the law, you don't get to have a privileged status. That is not victimhood. That is privileged status. And before all the feminists start crying out patriarchy and the social justice warriors start crying out for every victimhood status and virtue signaling that they can come up with, how about they realize that what they're really doing is trying to pander and look for a privileged status, something they claim to be against, but they're not because they're complete hypocrites.
11 women every day leave Ireland seeking an abortion abroad.
Women aren't being the ones who are being drowned. Who's killing the women? No, the women are killing the babies, but they're making it all sound... Yeah. They're going abroad. It's horrible that that's happening. Oh, it's happening, so let's just legalize it. Well, rape is happening. Should we legalize rape? Murder is happening of adults. Should we legalize murder? Theft is happening. Should we legalize theft? Child pornography is happening everywhere. Should we legalize child pornography? Where do you want to go next?
We ask for the land over the water, home of the trial, choice over none, for our foremothers, for ourselves, for the generations yet to come. Witches or women, these are our bodies, we shall not be given up.
No, they're not. It's not your body. Okay, if you have a child and you are pregnant, I know this might be difficult for people who don't know biology, but there's another baby. It's why in some parts of the world that if you kill a pregnant woman, it's called a double homicide. 2 people were killed. It's not your body, it's someone else's body. And anyway, you can't just do whatever you like. There are rules. We're created in the image of God. We'll be held accountable to God. And yes, for all of sin to fall short of the glory of God, and we need the blood of Jesus Christ to cleanse us from all our sins and our wretched filthiness. But it's not your body. If you believe that abortion's okay based on the incredibly ignorant argument, that incredibly stupid argument that it is your body, are you treating it like a cancerous cell that you're cutting off from your body? Is that what you're saying? This baby is nothing but a cancerous growth in your body. Is it any wonder why most parents now with this horrible attitude, especially ones on the left, they just hate their children? How much time do people spend with their children? I could get off on a tangent here, but people don't like children anymore. We have become such a selfish and me society that the idea of responsibility, the idea of caring for a child, and the 2 caveats that often people want to put in there would be, rape and incest. But why kill the child who was not responsible for that? Why? It's like saying, again, why kill the child? Let's not get off on a tangent. But why kill that child based on the crime of another person? If you want to kill somebody, how about have a law for killing the rapist or whoever else? But why for the baby? Why does the death penalty, which often a lot of people on the left are against, why does the death penalty come upon and be chosen? Why does the woman get to be judge, jury, and executioner over the life of that baby? Why does the doctor? Why does the abortionist? Why does the modern day SS officer who treats, You know, people talk about the Jews being treated as subhuman, women being treated as subhuman, but there's nothing for the unborn. No, no, no. So they want to repeal the 8th Amendment. Same kind of arguments over and over again. Pray for Ireland. Pray that this will not pass, and that this following amendment, which is Article 40, it's the third part of it. It's in Article 40, Paragraph 3, that the state acknowledges the right to life of the unborn with due regard to the equal right to life of the mother, guarantees in its laws to respect and as far as possible, as far as practical, I keep saying that, by its laws to defend and vindicate that right. I'm just going to quote quickly from John Calvin on abortion when he's commenting on the verse, and this is in Exodus 21, 22 to 23. And this is all, remember how they said, the laws of the church have not over our body. This is not an issue about women's rights. It never has been. It is an issue over the hatred of God and the want and complete autonomy. And sinful human beings will always make themselves the victims, not the people who are responsible for the crime itself. But in Exodus 21, 22 to 23 says, if men strive and hurt a woman with child, so that her fruit depart from her, and yet no mischief follow, he shall be surely punished, according as the woman's husband will lay upon him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. And if any mischief follow, then thou shalt give life for life. So basically, if he kills the child, life for life. John Calvin comments on this: the fetus, though enclosed in the womb of his mother, is already a human being, and it is a monstrous crime to rob it of life, which it has not yet begun to enjoy. If it seems more horrible to kill a man in his own house than in a field, because a man's house is his place of most secure refuge, it ought surely to be deemed more atrocious to destroy a fetus in the womb before it has come to light. This has been Paul Flynn. May God bless you all.